Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are going to be doing a wee mini jewellery haul. I was sent the most amazing jewellery and I'm also going to be including this full drugstore makeup tutorial also. So yeah, just before Christmas I was contacted by Regal Rose and they just asked me if I wanted to try some of their pieces of jewellery. All the pieces that I have here I did select myself. I've actually seen a lot of their pieces of jewellery, especially on Instagram. Their jewellery is just, it is so gorgeous. It is so up my street. So I first off want to talk about the ring because I would say most of you guys have maybe seen the ring because I have been wearing it near enough every single day since I got it, and it is this wee ring here. This is the Maria Rose Wreath Onyx Gold Cocktail Ring, and if you can see, if you have noticed, I have been wearing it on this finger here. Because I got it in a medium, it doesn't actually fit there. I just thought that it'd be really quite nice to just wear as like just wear on that finger there. Obviously I just know I like to wear a lot of rings and I'll just wear any ring on whatever finger, it doesn't really matter, but I absolutely love it. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. We have these earrings here. Oh, I should actually be wearing these today. Oh, how nice are they actually? So these are the Fallen Saint Angel Wing hoop earrings, and again they are gold. Obviously you can pick between silver or gold. I'm a gold kind of gal, so yeah, I'm all about that gold life. These are actually bigger than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be at least this size, but nonetheless they're still absolutely gorgeous. I would still definitely wear them. And these earrings just break my heart. These are the cutest. So these are the day to night sun and moon earring hoops, and obviously again they're in gold, but they are just, aren't they just the most beautiful wee earrings? Aren't they so cute? I love that they're different. I just love the fact that they are different, and I love also the fact that they're not as big as these ones. They just wouldn't look dainty and cute. They would just be too oversized for me. But again, I just find them absolutely beautiful. And also again, because I have my ears pierced quite a number of times, it just means that I could put the hoop maybe a couple of holes up, or the first one, second one, whatever. Last but not least, I have the wee packet here that it came in, and it is the torn knife single earrings. So as far as I'm aware, you can buy two if you want, but it does come as a single. You can get a gold one or a silver one. You don't need to know what colour I got because you just know by now. So I will kind of give you a wee bit of a close-up. I do apologise about the makeup around my ear, but as you can see, it's just like a wee knife. I honestly love this wee earring. I just kind of find that it's very different. I've never seen an earring like this before. I just find it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's very nice. Okay guys, so that is everything from this wee mini haul. I absolutely love all these products. As I mentioned, I picked all of these products myself, so obviously I'm going to love every single one of them. They'll all be listed and linked in the description box. This video is not sponsored or anything. It's not affiliate links, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys everything I got, and thank you ever so much to Regal Rose for contacting me and gifting me these beautiful pieces of jewellery. I absolutely love them. So if you ever see me wearing these on Instagram, I'll obviously have them tagged and everything. So yeah, now on to the makeup tutorial. As I was saying, this is the makeup tutorial I did come up with today. It was a bit of a disaster, not gonna lie. We eventually got there. We always do. Okay, so I've just done my eyebrows and I've carved them out and dragged the P. Louise base down to act as an eye base. So I applied that with a flat concealer brush. So I'm now just using like a wee fluffy brush just to buff and blend that out. As some of you may know, I have been trying and testing the P. Louise eye base now for a couple of weeks. I feel really guilty in saying this, but I do not like this. I'm going to keep on using it because I bought it for Christmas, and I just find that just to be a wee bit disrespectful if you don't actually end up using it or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to keep on using it because it's fine, it does the job, but I just don't understand the hype. Everybody else likes this actual product, and it's so popular and everybody loves it that much that you're nearly scared to dislike it, and if it doesn't work for you, you're kind of thinking that you're maybe doing something wrong, whereas it could just be this. And yeah, I don't understand it. Like, I'm not the type of person that just follows everybody else. Like, I have my opinion. Yeah, it's just a case of unfortunate events that, unlike everybody else, my tongue is not in its asshole. But for today's video, I'm going to be taking the Bperfect Cosmetics LMD Master Palette. So I'm just going to take the bronzer from the palette. And I'm just going to start popping this shade just in the crease. We're not doing much crease work or anything, but I still just want to give my eye just a wee bit of contour and a wee bit of definition. Then back into the LMD palette, I'm now going to start with the black. Do you know, this is one of these eye makeup looks that can go so wrong. So wrong, so quick. I'm going to start with these two dirty, of course, like flat-ish brushes. I'm just going to start by packing it on quite heavily, just along that lash line. Then to go into the inner corner, I'm going to use the tip because I don't want the inner corner to be too thick of a line. So I'm just going to keep on repeating those steps just to really make sure that it's packed on and it's really pitch black and pretty opaque. So I'm now just going to start and buff and blend the liner out. This can be a wee bit daunting if you're not too sure as to what you're doing, or you might not even know where to start, but I'm going to take like a wee small buffing brush like so, and I'm going to put a wee bit of the black and tap off some excess, put a wee bit more on, tap off the excess, and just basically see it as a line of shadow, and all you want to do is just blend the line out. Try not to go in as far as the inner corner just yet, but I'm going to start by just patting at the liner and slowly working my way up. So it's just going to diffuse that line so it's not going to be as harsh to blend out. Wow. Well, that looks like a mess. It's also one of those makeup looks that it looks worse before it looks better. And I'm not too sure at this point whether I'm just saying that to save my own back. Ooh, I've just hit pan. I don't know how I got to here. I don't know whether to keep on going and keep on trying to fix this mess or to take it off and start all over again. I'm going to grab a clean fluffy brush. So this makeup look is basically repeating the same steps, just packing and blending and packing and blending, but obviously being careful as to where you're blending the shadow. You just want to blend it in the shape that you're wanting to create, which I don't know what shape I'm wanting to create actually, and I look absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to start in the face because I think that's whenever everything will hopefully come together, but oh what? Do you know what? It's now, the black is now going onto my lid. But I'm first off going to take the NYX Honey G Me Up primer. So if you have this primer, you know that it's very, very slimy. And it's just going everywhere. Oh. Oh my god, it's like a big booger. Oh, you can't even see that. Oh, raging. Okay, other than the fact that it feels sometimes like as if you're spreading boogers around your face, it actually is quite a nice primer. It actually does feel like quite hydrating to the skin. Keeping it Drugstore, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Superstay Foundation. This is in the shade 40 Fawn. And I'm just going to take this on my dry beauty blender. I was on Instagram there and I seen somebody's Instagram stories and they were like, you should never, ever use your beauty blender dry. It's not supposed to be used dry. It's 2020, guys. If you want to use your beauty blender wet, if you want to use your beauty blender dry, if you want to put your makeup on with a dildo, you do that. Is that a written rule? That a beauty blender has to be used wet? Yes, most people do it, and it's probably maybe like the correct way to do it, but there's no rules to makeup, guys, and that is the beauty with makeup. You can do whatever you want to suit you and suit your needs and suit your preferences. Just because somebody has said something on Instagram that in their opinion that it's wrong to do something a certain way, like, don't take that as absolute gospel. And also, don't knock it till you try it, because a beauty blender dry is so much better than a damp one. A damp beauty blender soaks up so much of your product. It really does. Getting more full coverage in my opinion, whereas whenever it's damp, it's actually shearing out the foundation, which is, in my opinion, defeating the purpose of a foundation in the first place. Unless that's the look you're wanting to go for. God, I'm really letting my guard here down, but I just sometimes get a wee bit butthurt whenever, like, big influential people come on to Instagram, and especially whenever they're makeup artists and they're telling you, like, this is wrong and that's wrong and you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Like, do whatever you want. The most common way to put makeup on these days is with brushes, obviously, and beauty blenders and whatever, but I would say there's some people out there that still do their makeup with their fingers. You know, they just slap everything on with their hands. But, like, because you do that and then everybody else uses brushes, that doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong. It's just a wee bit shitty whenever you see, like, somebody online saying that this is wrong, you should not be doing that. Who cares? Do what you want! I'm going to be using the wee Sleek Life Proof Concealer in... oh, what shade is this? Shot something? Vanilla Shot. And then I'm just going to take my dry beauty blender. It's very dry, and look what I'm doing. I'm blending my concealer in with a dry beauty blender. So I'm just going to show you my base makeup up close, all blended in with a dry beauty blender. Can you imagine? Just using the Revolution Beck & Blot powder. I'm just going to set just the center of my face. Oh wow, this is a situation. I'm now going to go in and bake the centre of the face as well, like mainly the T-zone. This is a brand new powder I've never used before, so this is the Makeup Revolution Translucent Setting Powder. So it just looks like this. I wonder, is it going to be as good as the coconut one? Doubt that. I usually will set the outer perimeter, but I'm not going to be doing that today because throughout the day I just want, like, my natural oils to come through just in the outer area, but I just want to keep the centre of my face just pretty matte. Can this makeup get any worse? Seriously, I was actually just going to say that is not bad. That's actually quite a nice wee powder. It's honestly just as good as the coconut one. Until I looked closer, it just seems to have clung to certain areas, and, like, I didn't put a lot of powder on. This is really, like, dry and scaly. Like look at that, you can see my skin stretching with how dry it is. So I'm just using Colourpop Flexitarian, by the way. I think this is actually the worst I have actually looked in a long time. Okay, so I'm also going to be using a Colourpop blush. This is just new, I haven't used it before. The one that I have been using previously in my last couple of videos, the Simply Sweet one, I literally hit pan at the weekend. I've used it 4 times already, so we're using this one today. And obviously it's their Super Shock Cheek Blush, and it's in the shade Get Laid. That really does say Get Laid. It's actually not coming off as bright on camera as it is in person. Oh my goodness. It's like 2 different blushers. Wow. But yeah, it's actually very, very bright. To start off with, I was a wee bit unsure about using these blushes because of, like, the bouncy texture and formula of the Colourpop products, but their blushes are honestly one of the best I have tried so far. They're absolutely amazing, like, because they have that, like, a bouncy cream to powder-ish formula. They just melt into the skin absolutely beautifully, and because I apply my highlight first, it just means that the blush just blends so nicely into the highlight. It just It's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the eye makeup and see if I can make it look a wee bit better, because the black is obviously transferring into the crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Sigma Detail Diffuse Crease Brush, just this one here. I'm going to go back into the LMD palette again. I'm actually going to use that mishap to my advantage, and I'm actually going to join it, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but I'm now just going to blend out a wee bit, diffuse it, actually join it up to the outer corner, and then slightly just bring it right into the inner crease. I actually don't think that looks half bad. Oh my god. So I'm now going to go in with the London Copyright Infinite Black Eyeliner. I'm just going to pop this just in my waterline. Okay, so while my lashes are drying, I'm going to be applying my bronzer. I'm going to be using this new ColourPop bronzer in the shade Coconut Beach. I cannot stop looking at my eyeshadow. I cannot believe I done this by accident. I was so close to taking this all off and starting all over again. Is this not maybe the first bronzer that ColourPop has came out with that's actually in like a wee compact like this? I know they have wee singles that I put in a Z palette, but I don't know, I could be wrong, but other than that, it's the first time I've actually tried a ColourPop bronzer, and it's actually very, very nice. Like, as you can see, like, I have been going a wee bit ham, and it's not as if I'm too orange or I'm too overdone. It's just nice. It's definitely quite subtle, but it's also very buildable. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using this wee bullet lipstick from also ColourPop, my goodness, in the shade Appy. One thing I have noticed, like I get asked all the time on my Snapchat, Instagram, is people ask me where I get my ColourPop stuff, with me being from Ireland. Not only that, the ColourPop website. Yeah, the ColourPop website, guys, they do ship worldwide. If you spend over so many dollars, you get free worldwide shipping. Also, something else that I think quite a few people are a wee bit scared of is customs. You no longer get charged a customs fee, so whenever you're actually on ColourPop, at the checkout, everything will then be calculated. In terms of shipping, in case you are interested or you're curious, it usually takes about 2 weeks. Over Christmas it took about 3 weeks, which that's, you know, it's completely understandable, but at least 2 weeks maximum, so 1.5 weeks I would say. Obviously whenever you're shopping on it, it's in dollars, but whenever you actually go to check out through PayPal, it will actually be converted then into pounds or euros or whatever. And obviously do keep in mind that the dollar is more expensive than the pound. So for an example, the ColourPop Flexitarian is $8, I think, whereas in pounds it would be about 6, I think. I could be completely wrong, but £6 for this highlight here, and it is honestly my favourite highlight. This does me months. It is absolutely blinding, but you can have it a wee bit more subtle like I have it today. It's still blinding and it might be still very intense for others, but it's just, yeah, it's absolutely great. So I'm also going to apply a wee bit of false mascara. Wow! Mascara to my false lashes. I was going to use the ColourPop mascara, but I'm going to wait and use that in a full face first impressions. And I'm going to be doing a full face of ColourPop this week, hopefully, if I have the time and can be bothered. Either this week or next week, don't know. But this is the Technic Mega Lash Mascara. I cannot believe the sudden change of events that has happened with this makeup. So I love the finished look. I love how it came out. It just shows you that just don't give up. And I know I should probably take my own advice, but you can tweak with things, you can work with it. Unless you've really screwed up, well then just give up. But no, I really actually like how it turned out, and everything that I did use in today's tutorial will be listed and linked down below in the description box, so don't forget to go and check that out. Also down below is my Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter, and also my Depop, so don't forget to follow me on those. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video.